Mike Walker join us up here from Division of Forestry and Wildlife to close us up before lunch. He's going to give us updates on on the state plan. And I just want to mention Mike is not only a good friend, but he's one of our biggest champions at Hawaiʻi Wildfire. So truly appreciate his partnership.
Okay, we're going to pause for clicker stoppage, but for those of you who weren't here yesterday, you missed a couple of things. One thing you missed was an amazing meal that the Kauaʻi Fire Department prepared for us, so I want a big shout out to those guys, particularly Station 3 for all the marinating of the meats and serving that. It was amazing. The other thing that you missed was that Chief Gibson made a shocking announcement that I am a former Chippendale dancer. And I just want to set the record straight, that is not true. I am a current Chippendale dancer. Hawaii is very expensive. You know, Daddy's got to do what Daddy's got to do to bring home the bacon. And all jokes aside, you know, Chief Gibson is a very generous tipper. The amount of financial support that he provided me got me through my college years, and I wouldn't be here on this stage without him. So, thank you very much, Chief. Okay, again, stretching. Keep stretching. Okay, well, we're still working on my slides, getting the remote control ready. All joking aside, I'm not a Chippendales dancer. My other job is stand-up comedy. Check me out on YouTube. One of the other agencies that has been really critical to the support of Division of Forestry and Wildlife, and as well as Hawaiʻi Wildfire Management Organization for a number of years that hasn't gotten the shine yet that I think there really needs to be, is the United States Forest Service. Even though the Forest Service does not have land here in Hawaii to manage large scale, they have been incredibly supportive of the Division of Forestry and Wildlife and HWMO. And in particular, Barb Geringer is here. She is one of the most supportive people I've ever had a chance to work with, not only of Hawaii, but of all of the islands across the Pacific. She's been just helping out in CMI to provide support and relief of folks over there after their major typhoon. And this might be the last summit that we have where Barb's actually on the clock. And so I wanted to just, Barb, please stand up and get a round of applause. We really appreciate all that you've done for us. And hopefully after you retire, you'll still come out and join us because she has a lot of mana'o about fire and how to manage things. So we really appreciate that. Okay, okay guys, so I'm just going to keep this kind of really short. For those of you who aren't familiar with the Division of Forestry and Wildlife, we are primarily a land management agency that does fire suppression work. We are the manager of over 1 million acres across the state, and Chapter 185 of the Hawaii Revised Statutes mandates that we are the first responders to any fires that occur on those lands. So folks that are working for the division, please raise your hands to just acknowledge it. Hired Edith, please. There's folks out here in Mapuana. I can't see everybody out there, but we all have hats of forester, botanist, wildlife biologist, and then when we get the call that there's a fire, we switch our hats and all become wildland firefighters. We're trained to in WCG standards, and we've been working on this problem since the beginning of territorial forestry days in 1904, when one of the largest fires in the state occurred on the Hamakua coastline. So we have about 150 or so people that are trained up and responding, and get into what's been happening with us over the last few years. Not unlike HWMO, we kind of had to scrounge and scrimp and save and borrow money to suppress fires, and unfortunately it took a tragedy impacting the lives and folks of Lahaina and the town itself to really open up the eyes of the legislature and the governor, and really have everyone in line and on the same page that Hawaii has a really dangerous fire problem and we need to address that. So beginning with fiscal year 25, the Major Disaster Fund really put a huge injection of funding towards Division of Forestry and Wildlife. They've added a significant amount of funding for equipment, operating budget, and created 22 positions that we are just beginning to fill. So with those operating funds, we've been able to provide support to have a Hawaiʻi Wildfire Management Organization really operate at the capacity that I think they should be operating in this state. And we've also been doing some other things that I'll kind of go over and will be discussed a little bit further in the afternoon. Equipment. So as mentioned, that we've got the Major Disaster Fund funded us with about $10 million. So we're just now starting to get a lot of this equipment trickling in. So this is a picture here of the new engines that have arrived on Oahu, and we're doing a training here with Cascade Fire, the vendor that supplied those trucks. Wonderful additions. This is the first time that Oahu's really had dedicated Type 6 brush engines, and we're real proud of them, and looking forward to supporting Honolulu Fire Department with these, and as well as our other partners. These are the ones that arrived here on Kauaʻi this year as well. These you may have seen the ones that were out yesterday outside the Filipino Cultural Center. Those are the red ones that the county got. We got white to kind of distinguish ourselves. But pretty much similar specs to what those folks have. Another addition of funding that we got was also from the Hawaii Department of Transportation. They funded an additional 30 stations of the remote automated weather station. And this is an example here of a new portable unit on Oahu being utilized on a fire in Kunia this last year. So big mahalo to Director Schniffens and the HDOT folks out there for making this happen. We're, along with UH and Hawaiian Electric, we've been pumping out a lot more weather stations, and some of the conversation that we had yesterday, National Weather Service, were about kind of dividing up and revising the red flag condition warnings. All these new stations are creating and providing data for that change to happen. So we're really excited about that. And this one is used, the portable ones are used on incident. They're really valuable for getting fire weather that's right in the area that you're working on. It's not really great to have it right in the middle of a burned area. This is something that, an area of agricultural land that unfortunately about 6-inch guinea grass carried the flames across, but we felt it was cool enough to utilize. And these stations have also supported the 2018 eruption in Leilani. We deployed a couple of these stations. We deployed stations in Lahaina as well post-fire to just gather that data. These are pics taken by Scott Nelson. These are a couple of the new items that have arrived on Kauaʻi, the D6 dozer and the wheel loader. These will be used not only in fire suppression, but also, and majority-wise, be used for fuel reduction projects, just cutting fire breaks, removing old dead down debris, and we're excited to have these on the island and look forward to seeing them out in the woods in the future. This is the dozer that arrived on Oahu, I believe in 24, that is here seen on the Kauaʻi fire this last fall here, doing work, putting in a break. We're super excited to have this, and we're probably going to get another one of these. Oahu's got real steep terrain, and then bulldozers aren't as usable on Oahu as maybe some of the other branches. These small ones are really effective for us, so we're excited to have that. Another thing that's been on the hit list for a long time is helicopter dip tanks. And so I've been trying to get these funded by community wildfire defense grants and a couple of other federal programs with not a whole lot of luck, but thankfully I got the money to do what I want. And now myself and the other folks in the division we're leaning into and providing these not only for our own fire suppression support, but also to the county fire departments. So here's just a quick plan that we've got going on for Maui. These ones in the picture right here are in an area called Pohakea, which are next to Ma'alaya area. It's a recently acquired parcel by the division, and we're doing a lot of real fun work here as well, where we've got grazing brakes installed along the highway to prevent any roadside ignitions from transferring up into the property and up the hill. And those are being intensively grazed, and then we'll have other grazing projects as well as reforestation alka of these fences. Another thing we've also been working on Maui is in the Oahu area and doing a lot of fuel reduction here. You can kind of see the difference back and forth. Can't see much. You can see the whole hillside here right there. So this is another effort to prevent any roadside emissions, and county planning and emergency MEMA folks have tied in with us as well and expanded along this break to make it we're hoping to go all the way down to Ukamehame with it. Just another example of breaks put in Nauka, and a more recent fire here on the right hand side there. That's actually one of the breaks caught a small fire. I believe that it was before all the rains came. Another thing that we're working on here is Act 303 authorized Division of Forestry and Wildlife to work and reduce fuels on other state lands, and our immediate neighbor in a lot of areas is the Department of Hawaiian Homelands, and this is one project that we've got lined up in Kahiki Nui, and we're really excited to get this one moving and rolling. And with that, I think that's about it for me in time. You guys will hear much more about this other program that we've started with the Hawaii Wildfire Management Organization this afternoon. We've rebranded it as the Hawaii Urban Interface Wildfire Grant Program, or HWMO. So, really excited that we were able to use that wonderful word as an acronym as well. So, mahalo, let's go eat.